Battle-tested are the multi-layered air defenses of the Arab Gulf states. Qatar recently became the third of the three wealthiest and most prominent Arab Gulf states and members of the Gulf Cooperation Council to use its modern, multi-layered air defense effectively in combat. After Iran launched a ballistic missile attack on Qatar's enormous Al Udeid airbase, which houses American troops, on June 23, the ferocious 12-day war between Israel and Iran came to an end with a ceasefire. Tehran warned of the attack hours in advance, giving Doha time to organize its defense. For such a small nation, Qatar's response was impressive. It sent advanced F-15 Ababil Strike Eagle fighter jets into the air to conduct combat air patrols, searching its airspace for approaching targets. As well as patrols, Qatari AH-64E Apache helicopter gunships formed an additional defensive layer against any low-flying drones that managed to get around the Strike Eagles. MIM-104 Patriot PAC-3s, which use hit-to-kill interceptors to kill incoming ballistic missiles, and National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile Systems, which fire AIM-120 missiles that can kill enemy fighter jets, drones, and cruise missiles, make up Qatar's ground-based air defenses. In the end, 19 ballistic missiles from Iran were intercepted by Qatar's Patriots on their own. Doha's combined systems that night probably could have fended off a limited missile and drone attack similar to those previously carried out by Iran and its regional militia proxies. Forbes's phrase when the United Arab Emirates found its capital, Abu Dhabi, under an unprecedented drone and missile barrage by the Houthis in Yemen in January 2022, it organized its air defense similarly. Its Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, which was made in the United States, was the first to stop a ballistic missile in action. Furthermore, the UAE similarly relied on its F-16s and Mirage 2000 fighter jets to conduct continuous air patrols to detect and intercept any additional attack drones. On July 3, Saudi Arabia officially unveiled its first THAAD unit. The two forward-deployed U.S. military THAAD batteries in Israel were severely strained during the war in June by Iran's massive barrages of ballistic missiles at Israel. According to the Wall Street Journal, the U.S. military fired over 150 THAAD interceptors during that relatively brief conflict, prompting the Pentagon to contemplate a plan for diverting interceptor rounds. Saudi Arabia had ordered. Riyadh reportedly refused a subsequent request for its interceptors. The Saudis no doubt understand how quickly one can run out of such critical interceptors, even in comparably low-intensity conflicts. After all, the kingdom ran out of Patriot interceptor missiles just before the end of its 7-year war with the Houthis 3 years ago. It similarly urged regional states to help by digging into their stockpiles to help prevent it from running out of ammunition, which could have left Saudi cities and oil facilities much more vulnerable. The kingdom similarly fired substantial numbers of expensive AIM-120s from fighter jets while intercepting comparably inexpensive incoming Houthi drones. Saudi Arabia shared intelligence that assisted in countering Iran's first direct missile and drone attack on Israel in April 2024 and intercepted Houthi munitions that were fired at Israel early in the regional conflicts that began in October 2023. Unconfirmed claims from a more recent report suggest that Saudi Arabia even sent helicopters to Iraq and Jordan to shoot down Iranian drones. In any case, the kingdom's apparent unwillingness to divert valuable interceptors to the U.S. military in Israel to delay the deployment of its THAAD is not surprising. Riyadh is making every effort to strengthen its multi-layered air defense in the Middle East, which is becoming increasingly volatile, according to other recent acquisitions. It recently placed an order for the medium-range KM-SAM system from South Korea, which also has anti-ballistic capabilities, along with the UAE. The UAE already owns Pantsir S-1S from Russia, which are well-suited for providing relatively cost-effective point defense of high-value targets against threats like Houthi drones, as previously discussed in this space. Additionally, the United States has supplied Saudi Arabia with advanced precision kill weapon systems, which are 70mm Hydra rockets transformed into precision-guided munitions that can be used by fighter jets to combat drones. Not only are the APKWS significantly less expensive than the AIM-120s and other conventional air-to-air missiles, but they are also significantly smaller, allowing an aircraft to transport significantly more of them. With the high-end THAAD and Patriot, Saudi Arabia seeks the best tools to prepare itself against large-scale ballistic missile attacks like Iran's against Israel. The Panzer S-1 and